Em muốn sống lại trong thời kỳ những năm 80 đó. Em muốn trải nghiệm là một phần của những người đó như thế nào. Hồi xưa cách trang phục, ăn ở, xong rồi học sinh này nọ, hồi xưa học sao khác gì với lại thế kỷ bây giờ. Thời đó và bây giờ nó khác nhau chỗ nào. Xong rồi sinh hoạt này nọ ra sao. Thì em muốn là như là sống lại trong cái kỷ nguyên đó để em biết nhiều hơn về lịch sử cũng như là lịch sử của nước ngoài cũng như của Việt Nam, nó khác nhau chỗ nào. Em cảm thấy rất là tự hào khi là một phần trong cái nhạc kịch này, và mỗi khi mà em đến đây thì em rất là sảng khoái, kiểu như là em trở thành một con người khác, em được đóng vai vào một cái vai khác trong cái thời kỳ đó. Thầy là người đã mang em đến cái niềm đam mê để gọi cái niềm đam mê kịch trong em lại. Vì đầu năm em tưởng em không có khả năng diễn kịch này nọ, nhưng mà lúc mà bắt đầu học trong lớp thầy, xong rồi thầy kêu em nên cast vào thử cái vở kịch này thì em cảm thấy là em cũng có chút xíu gì đó về khả năng diễn kịch.
Today we're doing a rehearsal and we have them a couple times a week, and basically we're here for a couple hours and then we just run through the show or do dances or songs. I play Phil Matthews, and basically she's just a high school girl who's going through a lot of like struggles with school and boys and stuff, and she's just a typical girl who like is trying to get through high school. It's really fun. I really like being here. Like, rehearsals can be tiring and stuff, but it's really fun to be able to hang out with all the cast because we're all becoming really close and like a family and stuff. So it's really nice to be able to just come here, and even though we're working, it's like still fun to just hang out. I was really excited that Mr. Page was Keigan was gonna be the director this year because he's really passionate about theater and he really knows what he's talking about. So it's good to experience that with the director. Like, I feel like when he gives us stage directions, it's really like personal and he knows what we should be doing better and stuff, so it's really helpful.
Last year the second player were doing a play, Snow White, and the Seven Yuan. The two last representation, the second player rose about 10 million, and we used most of the money to buy a big printer for the Ben San Leprosy Center in Bignum. And previous of that, we had received some funds to buy the 7 computers, and down the line some other people gave another 9 computers, so now they have a nice setup with a printer, and yeah, they got internet and everything. So the kids who didn't have access to computers and didn't have access to internet, now it's fantastic. They use their gift, theater, and creation, because it's they don't just take a play, they create plays who appeal to a lot of people, foreigners, Vietnamese, and make people come and pay. So this attracts a lot of people. It's very cultural, it's very mixed, it's very good for Saigon society here. And then at the same time it gives some profit that can go to helping the poor. It's good. Very good.
We started off very simply doing just, sketch comedies and, short little sketches. We did them in bars. It was really easy. It was like, jeans and a Saigon Players t-shirt, and, a hat became a car it was very simple, bare bones theater, and done in different areas of town, raising money for charity. So the mandate was, anybody who wants to get on stage, if we can write you a part, we'll give you a part. Like everybody, we want to give everybody a chance to try. We want to give it all back to charity. The whole point is to bring in people like-minded, but to give back to the host country. So over the years, I'm very proud to say we've raised funds for a vast amount of charities, some that are very small, just starting out, and some very well known, like Christina Noble, Loretta Foundation, Operation Smile, those kind of things. It's a great circle where we entertain the public and we give back to Vietnam. So that's what Saigon Players is all about. He had a lot of positive energy. He's a drama teacher as well. He had a lot of ideas for us. He's a very positive contributor to ideas and for helping us grow as a teacher for Keigan, as well as his enthusiasm about doing very interesting theater. Like, this show is going to be really funny. It's a really tight cast. They've been working really hard on getting that ensemble, atmosphere for the show.
Theater has the power to transform people. The theater's a magical place where the truest form of who you are and the essence of who we are and our abilities really come to life. Theater really changed who I was. It helped develop me into who I am today. So the magic that goes on there is where my passion really comes from. So I always knew I wanted to work with kids, and I always knew I loved theater. And being a high school drama teacher seemed like the best option out there. I get to make theater on a regular basis, I get to inspire youth, and I get to take the talents that they give me and take them to that next level. My hope was the transformation I went through when I was in my high school drama classes could happen with a lot of them too. I got this desire to see the world. I'd never experienced Vietnam, but I had friends here who loved it, and they said the people were amazing, the landscape was beautiful, and just the opportunities here were fantastic. So I took a risk and I got a job in Vietnam, and I fell in love within a day. I landed here, and the Vietnamese people are some of the most hospitable, generous, just nicest people I've ever met. They want to help you. Even when they have less than you, they will give you anything you need to make it so that your life is easier, so that you can get by. And Vietnam is just it's become my favorite country in the world. For years and years, I was a big fan of Central America, but Vietnam is so big and different. Going up north into Sapa and the rice fields, into Dalat with the waterfalls in central Vietnam. It's amazing how in such a small country, you can have such a diverse group of people, nature, and things to see. So yeah, the history, the beauty, the beaches, the people, and just the excitement that is Ho Chi Minh City really made me want to stay here. So when I was 10 years old, I was diagnosed with ADHD. After getting that diagnosis, everything made a lot more sense. All the extra energy, struggles I had in school made a lot more sense as well too. It was a long struggle. My parents and we both struggled through it. It was something I was actually very ashamed of for a long time. I felt as if I was less of a person than anyone else because of this disability I had on me. In a theater and in a class where all of a sudden I'm getting praised for being loud, I'm getting praised for making everyone look at me and being the center of attention, it was fantastic. Before this, I was often given detention. I was removed from class because I was disturbing others. And for me, the whole concept of waiting, raising your hand, waiting to be called on was bizarre. If I have an answer, I'm going to give it to you right away. And a theater class was a place where I could do that, but at the same time, it helped me grow in a sense of respect. I learned to respect my classmates more. I learned to respect fellow actors. As an audience member, you have to be very respectful when you're watching. So I matured a lot being in these drama classes while getting praised for the same thing too. I found this transformation in me happened. I think just the magic that happens in a rehearsal, in a show, if you talk to any person who's ever been in a show, the friendships that are built. The show I'm working on right now at my school, I've had so many of my students say their favorite part isn't the rehearsing, it isn't the singing, it isn't the dancing. It's the fact that they have all these new friends that they would have never talked to before. You have athletes and very quiet kids coming together to make something. And it's just beautiful watching what a group of people who are dedicated to a similar goal can create and how it can make you more confident, how it can help you with anything in the world. I've had parents come to me worried saying, my child wants to study theater, is that a good idea? And again, yes it is. With theater, you can be a lawyer, you can run a business. It teaches you teamwork, confidence, everything that you need to be successful in this world. So for me, that's where that passion for theater is it's so much more than what happens on a stage. It's the one thing that I truly feel can make anyone better and can advance you in any career path. That's a small group of directors, writers, actors who sort of act as a board of governors. We make major choices for the company, we design the upcoming seasons, and a lot of us will direct. So mainly I'm a director and an actor. So during these meetings, there's 8 of us, we'll sit around, and it depends what's going on in the season at the time. A lot of it is discussing, we have upcoming shows, so what do we need to do? What do we need to get? I need someone to order me seats. Who can take care of that? I need someone to run the box office. There's all these tiny things in the theater that we use. There are no seats already set up. So we have to order seats, bring them in. Programs, they get printed, they get designed. Someone has to do all these. So the steering committee is a lot of supporting each show. We do 3 or 4 shows a year, and we support each one, and the people on it put in everything they can to ensure the most success that we can get out of these shows. I feel as a director, I have the vision. I have to have an idea of what I want, and then I pass it off to everyone else to take care of that vision. There's many different ways you can approach directing, and I personally trust my actors. I've cast my actors for a reason, and I trust them. And I ask them to come to rehearsals prepared, and I may have a vision, but first I want to see what they're doing. I want to see what they come up with, because again, they were given these roles for a reason, and some of the best pieces of theater and the best things that happen don't come from me. They're ideas my actors had. So we'll be rehearsing a scene and we'll be walking through it, and I ask them to take risks. Another beautiful thing about theater, anywhere else in the world, if you fail at something, you're seen as a failure. In theater, if you fail, it's actually a big success. We learn from those failures, we develop from that. I have an idea, I have a concept, and I know what I want, but I'm not sticking to it 100%. If my actors can come to me and they have their own vision and they have their own strength and ideas that they want to work with, absolutely, I would love to have that happen. These actors that I'm working with, Hector, Liz, and Zach, are 3 inspiring young actors, and working with them helps me build that passion and keep that passion going in theater. So I'm very happy with where we are right now. The money goes back to charities and helping out charities in Vietnam, but we are definitely professionals in the sense that we will not put on a show that is not 100% and worthy of any money we are asking for. And I think that's what makes us stand out, is the dedication from the actors to put on the best possible show they can. So again, the beauty of theater is you could see the same play 7 different times and it's going to be done 7 different ways. So as Saigon players, we have a big variety of shows we do. We don't do the same style of show. We do a whole variety. So Rocky Horror is more of an adult-based show that we do in October. Then at Christmas, we try and do something family-friendly for everyone. And we like to throw in 1 or 2 like serious shows. So this play was written a little over 10 years ago by a theater company, the Reduced Shakespeare Company in the UK. And it's a comedic look at Shakespeare's work. 3 actors come on, and in an hour and 40 minutes, their job is to perform all 27 of Shakespeare's plays. And if you've ever read Hamlet, you know that's a 5-hour play in itself. So how do they do that? That's where the comedy comes in. A great example, Romeo and Juliet. In that, we say right out there that we don't need a lot of the characters. Romeo, Juliet, Friar Lawrence, the nurse, Tybalt, that's all we need. Everyone else we cut from the show. So now we try to reenact Romeo and Juliet with just 5 characters done by 3 people. So lots of physical comedy is going to occur here. It's just a very comedic spin on it. It's taking an old classic and making it very modern and more relatable to the youth. And my hope is that high school students who hate Shakespeare come to this show and they watch it and go, oh, Shakespeare's stories are actually really interesting. And then from this, they go and they actually read the real Shakespeare and they understand it better and they further develop their knowledge. Why did I pick this play? It wasn't so much because it was Shakespeare's play. I've seen the play myself, and it's just a very funny play. It takes this comedic look at it. It gives 3 actors a real big challenge in it, and the audience gets to participate through it as well too. This is a show that I know everyone who sees it will leave with a big smile on their face, and that's why I picked it, because I wanted a funny, comedic show. We've been rehearsing this since February for 3 days a week. So we've been putting in 6 or 7 hours a week since February, so there's been a lot going on. This country is what keeps me here, the people are what keeps me here, my students are what keep me here.
So it's a three-person show, which means that we do all of Shakespeare's plays, but with only 3 actors. So actually, we all play many, many, many roles throughout the performance. But our sort of title roles are our own names. So I play the Shakespearean scholar. It's really fantastic. So I got involved with Saigon Players when I first moved here in January of 2015. And it's been one of the best things in my life here, really. It's been so much fun. I've been doing theater for many years, and so to have a group, to be able to find a group here who I can perform with has been a really fantastic experience. And this show especially is so great. It's a lot of fun, and it's challenging, and it's funny. And Keigan has a great sense of humor, and he is really fun and flexible, and I feel like he kind of encourages us to have fun with the show. I think his sense of humor has been so important for this show, because this show is based so much around us being able to be comfortable with each other and have fun and kind of come up with some comedic bits that feel natural to us, and Keigan's been very encouraging in that.
It's just a really fun addition, I think, to the community here. This play specifically has been interesting in that it's only 3 of us, plus Keigan, so 4 of us, and we can work on it at my house, we can work at it at Keigan's house, we can come work in this space, and it's been just very natural. Lots of like mixed, we have dinner together, we act, and then we're like hanging out with friends. Well, learning all the lines. It's a big script. Some of us are more successful than others. It's also kind of hard to plan rehearsal times. Half of us live in District 7, half of us live in District 2. So being able to commute across Saigon, spend 2 hours not distracted as well. Like I said, we're all friends, and so we get together, and it's hard to be serious sometimes. We're having too much fun. Yeah. And once I began productions with them, it made my quality of living here so much better. I met so many interesting people. It's been a very inspiring place to live for me in that things don't necessarily exist. Like a charity-driven English language theater group, if we don't do it, it won't happen. It's not like back home. So that sort of element of, well, no one else is going to do it, so this is us giving back, is really inspiring. Keigan is lovely. Keigan has a very nice entrepreneurial spirit. So he's the one who says to us, you know, whatever you guys want to do, we're going to figure out a way to do it. He juggles a lot of different productions, both at his school and with us at the same time. He picks out really fun pieces that are a lot of work, and he's not intimidated to tackle big projects. So that's nice for me to have someone there who says, you know, we can do it. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work and it's big, but we'll get there. I like his go-get-'em attitude, that we can do a lot of things and we're flexible, but we still have a lot of goals. What I don't like about Keigan, oh my gosh, is that he's very distracting. He's very distracting. Like if you could look behind the camera, you'd see him like dancing. He's a friend, and so yeah, staying focused and concentrated and working is